Hey guys, editing Chad here. So this is a cut segment from episode 134. Just thought like, hey, this the main episode won't get posted to Friday, and let's just post our Marvels review now. So here you go. Just want to hop on here and say, do the YouTube things, like, subscribe, leave a comment. If you've seen the Marvels, tell us what you liked about it. Don't tell us what you didn't like about it. There's going to be plenty of YouTube videos about what they didn't like about it, mainly about, you know. But anyway, hey, just let us know what you liked about the movie. If you're watching it on YouTube, if you're checking out the audio, do the audio things, leave a review if you're listening on iTunes, rate us on Spotify, blah, 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 blah. All right, enjoy. So Matt and I saw the Marvels. This is essentially Captain Marvel 2. Matt, you want to jump in or?
Um, where I'm trying to think, where should I start at? Let's start with the bad, I guess. I
Okay.
really hate Kamala's dialogue. I get that she's a kid and everything, but it's like
Oh, like
act
how hard she's fangirling out.
right. I get that, but it's like I'm not faulting the actress. I still don't like the dialogue, and it get to a point when I was watching this, and I'm like, maybe we should stop having kids be superheroes. Let's do some adults. Because I was like, it was just it was like turn off type of stuff where like hearing her fangirl over this stuff, and I get it. That's the character. She did
Hmm.
everything, but it was just like at a certain point, like as further we got in this movie, I was like, stop it.
Yeah. I so my thing is like I really like that young lady. I like the actress that plays Miss Marvel.
Mm-hmm.
And part of the reason I like her is because you can tell like as a person, she's happy to be there.
Mm-hmm.
And like I can't say that for most of the actors in these movies at this point.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like if y'all not even happy to film this and get y'all millions of dollar checks, why should I be happy to spend the money to come into this movie, right?
Right.
So it's like she is like the biggest reason I went to see the movie because it's like I've been kind of like falling out of love with these Marvel properties, like these TV shows and these movies, because it's like I'm tired of seeing this formula. But I'm like, I like that young lady. I will go see this movie.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm with you. Like her dialogue was not great. Um, I'm getting tired of like we're I feel like we're over 30 movies at this point and like X amount of television shows, and it's like we still don't have a cohesive universe, right?
And I think that's the biggest thing is because now you can't. I feel like every time a movie or TV show comes in after Loki season one, then like none of the stuff like does this stuff matter? Before that, this stuff mattered. Like people, every scenario, people dying, people doing this stuff mattered. But like with the multiverse and everything else like that, does this stuff really matter? It's hard to get invested to where you know things can change and these people can come back and like I want to like this. I really do. I want to be invested in this Marvel stuff, but it's hard to do it going forward now. And I don't
Yeah.
know if it's because of the multiverse or if they oversaturated the market with these TV shows and everything, or not really fully developed these characters. But it's it's hard to get invested into continue to you know I don't have the same feelings of Marvel as I did since basically Loki came out. I did it with WandaVision. I did it with there was another one after WandaVision. Um
Captain and Falcon, Falcon and
well,
Winters.
we already know how we feel about that one.
Well, I'm
But then
trying to think
that
of the shows. It's all running
well
together.
right, but then after that and then Kate Bishop and now I'm like, you know how I feel about that and I'm just like, okay, this
Yeah,
is
man.
what we doing now.
Yeah, man. I'm with you. It's like we've oversaturated the market. Like there are no consequences because a main character can die, and then like, oh, but there's another universe where this person is still alive. So it's like, what are we doing here? We've got
Right.
all these shows, and like overall, I'm frustrated that we have this many pieces of the puzzle at this point, right? And we aren't doing anything with it. Like we haven't seen Captain Marvel in anything since
Mm-hmm.
2019, right? Monica Rambeau, we haven't seen her since WandaVision. That was like 2 years ago. We haven't seen Miss Marvel in a year, which that's fine. But it's like there's so much time between seeing these characters and we don't really know them, right? So like this is essentially Captain Marvel 2, and we still don't know anything about Captain Marvel. Like we see her on a mission, like not with any Avengers and stuff. Like when the three of them are like on the planet doing stuff, and she's extremely stern with Miss Marvel. And she's like, look, sometimes people die. And it's like it's an interesting scene because it's like it's that whole never meet your heroes moment, right? Where Miss
Mm-hmm.
Marvel's trying to do everything she can to save these people, but Miss Captain Marvel's like, look, we ran out of time. I'm sorry, but we saved some people. We gotta go. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, this is really interesting because we don't know anything about this character. Like her first movie, she was not a fully formed character. She was learning about herself. And so like we never really got a chance to like learn like how does this person think? So like I would have liked an opportunity to see like, oh, okay, she's about the mission instead of in this moment.
Right. And it's hard to tell between like how much time has went by from that movie to this movie. Well, I know how much time because
Yeah.
Rambo has grown up and stuff like that. But it's
Yeah.
like you said, that's a long jump to see if she's been through a lot. So
But do you normally get that stuff from superhero movies? Because I feel like you don't. I feel like it's all about that big
I
45
feel
Yeah.
minute.
I feel like before Endgame we did because we had so many back-to-back movies with the Iron Man's, Captain
Yeah.
America, Avengers.
Like
So they were collaborating so we could see the
the
growth.
progression of the character. Like, okay, so
Right.
have you seen Captain America Civil War, Scott?
I think I have.
That's the one where Tony Stark was
They
like, "Hey, we gotta sign up with the government. Like stuff's getting hot out here. We gotta be regulated."
Yeah.
And like Captain America's like, "No, like I've been through wars, and I have been through like a corrupt government system, and I know you cannot give like so much power to people because they cannot be trusted at the end of the day." And like his whole argument of like we have to be able to self-regulate ourselves versus a government body telling us who we can save and who we can't save, and like politically we shouldn't help these people even if it is the right or wrong thing to do. Like everything he was saying you understood because like you've seen so many movies with that character at that point.
I feel like that's the exception where there's a lesson to be learned from one of these movies for me.
No,
Mhm.
no, I get you, but like also like you also understood what Tony Stark was saying too on the flip side, where he's like, if we don't sign up for this, it could get really bad for us. So it's like, why not change the system from within it? So like
Mhm.
you understood both of those characters' arguments because we have seen so many movies up to that point with them. And so now we jump to a Captain Marvel movie where we haven't seen this character in 3 years. And it's like, I don't know you. I don't know how you think. What are we supposed to do here in these situations? What is happening? And it's like this movie isn't even giving us a real opportunity to explore these characters. It's just like you said, all right, action beat, corny joke, action beat, set up another movie, we out.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at my notes here, and none of this is really worth mentioning because like the villain is like a non-issue. Like honestly, this movie could have not like cast a person. It could have just been a person in a mask, and we would have gotten the same results.
Mhm. Right.
Um, this movie, they're setting up more stuff in the future that may or may not get paid off. I really have we talked about how it's like are you in are you familiar with like either you like the expression like coded characters, like this character is gay coded or this character is like black coded, but
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, so it's like I believe the character of Captain Marvel in that first movie is gay coded because
Hmm.
it's like it's heavily implied that her and her best friend are in a relationship, but they can't say that. And the feelings that Monica feels towards Captain Marvel in this movie of like you abandoned me, Aunt Carol. I feel like she's trying to say, "Hey, you're basically my other mom, and you just abandoned me." But
Hmm.
like we can't say that, even though it's 2023, we can't really outright say some characters was gay, and that's just frustrating.
No, I get that because also like I just saw a thing on Instagram where it was a wrestler saying that how after watching the first Captain Marvel, she was talking to Brie Larson and she was saying, hey, after watching that, that made me feel comfortable to come out to her family that she was bi or gay or whatever. And Brie Larson like choked up and everything and like saying like yeah, but um yeah, it was like coded like you were my like second mom and you supposed to be here for me and you left me and things like that. But speaking of that real quick, and then talking about she's like other people needed me, but they don't really elaborate on that too. As far like
Right,
we know she done things like she went back, you know, she was a princess and stuff, but they never really explain like you've been gone for all these years. What have you been doing?
right. So I don't know. This is just I don't. What are we doing? Like I'm just so tired of this. Like there's no point to any of this anymore.
But how do you feel about now we're talking about stuff going forward? What about Echo? Now
Oh,
Echo
that
does look good to me.
Oh, so this is a new TV show about this is the actress is deaf in real life and the character's deaf. She's kind of like a vigilante.
it,
Um,
it, it gives me the Netflix Marvel theme, not like the Disney Plus, like Punisher, Jessica Jones, stuff like
mhm.
that. I watching a trailer, I'm like, okay, I like this,
They
or it
cut a
seems interesting.
they cut a good trailer, but anything can look good in a trailer.
Is
So
this
That
streaming or is this
yes, this is going to
yeah,
be on Disney Plus in January.
yeah,
So it's
yeah.
like an action show, got some crime mob type stuff happening, but the trailer looks good, but I don't know, man. I don't know.
But hey, man, you can't. What's Kingpin's real name? Actor name?
Vincent D'Onofrio.
Yeah, I mean, he be acting his ass off whenever he on screen, so I
No,
support
that's
anything
true.
he's at.
He's giving
Yeah,
it 110% no matter what he's
yeah.
in.
Right, right,
But anyway, that's kind of like our all over the place review of the Marvels. It's fine. I gave it 3 stars.
right.